Well, we're basically here now. It's almost the time for the annual shareholder meeting of Muln Automotive. Hi again, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. So obviously August 3 is upon us. We are about to see the annual shareholder meeting for Marion Automotive. This has been somewhat dreaded, somewhat anticipated, obviously, because there's a number of proposals being voted on which are going to have a significant impact on the company potentially. Obviously, the one that's probably chief amongst the minds of investors is whether or not there will be another reverse stock split. Now, it's not that they are voting on a reverse stock split, it's voting on giving the company permission to enact another reverse stock split. And it's obviously a painful one because we've already gone through one earlier this year. Now, there is some question marks around whether or not that last reverse stock split has actually allowed the company to regain NASDAQ compliance. So the letter of the law is that the NASDAQ requires a company to trade above $1 per share for 10 consecutive sessions. However, the NASDAQ does reserve the right to expect the company to trade above the $1 mark for more than 10 sessions. So while Muln Automotive stayed above the $1 mark for 10 consecutive sessions when it enacted the reverse stock split earlier this year, it did not actually meet the up to 20 days. So, and while the company came out and put out some PR saying that they had regained NASDAQ compliance, the company has remained on the NASDAQ list of not being compliant. However, there's been no kind of clear communication to shareholders by either Mullen or the NASDAQ to clarify that whole situation. So it seems like Mullen has thought that they have regained compliance, but the NASDAQ seems to have not really acknowledged that, which is obviously been something that's probably hurt the stock price in the long term, as it's obviously sowed more doubt in the company. Now, whether or not, I'm sure that this proposal will get voted on positively, that they will allow the company to do another reverse stock split if needed. And I really, I can't see this being voted down, obviously, because the shareholders would be voting for the survival of the company. If the company gets delisted, it ends up trading over the counter, which could be a whole bunch of other problems for the business. So I really think that proposal is going to get voted upon. And, obviously that's not great news for the shareholders, because it means like further erosion of the value of the stock. Now, obviously, based on yesterday's trade or today's trade, depending on what time you're looking at this video, the company fell by about 5%. And you could make a couple of inferences here. You could perhaps suggest that yes, this is because we have the shareholder meeting, but I think it's also worth remembering that there is broader poor market sentiment with the general US market receiving a downgrade by a ratings agency, which sort of sows broader market doubt, and it sort of reflects the problems that the high cost of living and inflation and rate rises are having on the broader economy and confidence in it. So Mullen obviously is going to be caught up in that to some extent, and perhaps, if anything, going to be hurt more profoundly, given that it is obviously a speculative stock. Now, I'm still kind of bullish about what Mullen is doing as a company in terms of what they're going to bring to the market. Obviously EVs are going to, there's some issues that the EV sector is going to face in terms of potential demand for new technology, given that we are in a bit of a tight monetary situation right now. But longer term, if the company can weather this storm, there's great potential there, and that's why I've kind of always remained bullish, but also skeptical around what the business is doing. So anyway, August 3, it's here. Hopefully we get a bit more clarity around what's going on with the company going forward. I'm still very pro Mullen, but I always say what I say on here is obviously not financial advice, and obviously you've got to do your own sort of due diligence and look into what's going on. Anyway, I have made a couple of videos very sporadically in recent times, and I do need to apologize. I haven't been my normal regular self. I have been very busy. Actually, I obviously film a lot in my car. You could probably work out a bit of why I've been so busy. So you normally always see that seat there, but you can see there's a second one coming there soon too. Not yet, but any sort of day now there's going to be two kids back there. So that's what's been going on with me. Once the second one's out, hopefully I can get back to something more regular on here. I have kind of missed doing my videos, but at the same time, you know, been really busy, and I'm kind of on wait and watch at the moment to see what happens there. Anyway, enough about me. Share your thoughts on Muln Automotive and what you think is going to happen with the shareholder meeting tomorrow. Do you think anything's going to be, any sort of surprises are going to come out? Yeah, share your thoughts on the company in the comments below. I'll do my best to try and be a bit more regular. I apologize for you know, being a bit absent here lately, but yeah, always great to hear from you guys. Till next time, everyone, may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.